Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Guess I need to turn it up a little bit. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Put some bass in my voice. Yes, sir. What up, y'all? This your boy, Crypto Bruh, aka More World Peace, the DJ / producer. Coming back again with another video. Today is Thursday, May 2nd, 2024. We show up when we show up. This is going to be a quick one, just because everything's getting live. Yes, sir. But yeah, man, we come every day, every other day nowadays, with some new content about the Zen world and the overall crypto markets. This channel is highly focused on supply and distribution and educating the populace about how crypto actually works, rather than just everything is a 10,000x. If you're in crypto, you should experience it when it happens, and it shows up without you knowing, because a random pump is much funner than you actually predicting it. And so on and so on. But what's up, everybody? Hope you're having a good Thursday. What up, Goonin? What up, Zen enthusiasts? Everyone watching on X. If you want to join the chat, feel free to come over to YouTube. That's where I read the chat. I don't really read it on X, but I feels it. X has the free, no ad content. So if you do want to listen on X, chat on YouTube, that is the vibe. But yeah, man, Bitcoin doing its thing. I didn't live stream for the last 2 days, real world calls. And what's funny is my last live stream was Monday, so that was the 28th, and or the 29th, excuse me. And yeah, we were seeing that, like, yeah, this was probably a washout. They washed the top out on Bitcoin, and the FUD is stupid, but it's up to you however you want to listen. Again, I'm not a trader. This channel isn't based on trading. If you want to look for a trader and you want to jump it through those fire hoops, more power to you. But again, everything is correlating with the dollar. That's the meta in Bitcoin and overall crypto markets. They're considered risk-off assets. So if there is turbulence in the real world, Bitcoin should follow. And that right there, that's why on this channel we talk about distribution, we talk about supply, we talk about Zen. Because yeah, you're a little late on Bitcoin, man. Bitcoin's 15 years old inception wise. You know, it's been real for 15 years, but it's always been ideology for the longest time. And yeah, you're still very early on the Bitcoins, but your gains are not going to be the same. And you're subjective to IRL stress. Motherfuckers stressed in the real world. So is your Bitcoins. And again, if you've been following the channels here on Bitcoin, like we have, we actually called the top of Bitcoin. We thought it was going to be 50K on, in March, basically. Knew we was marching to March back in August. So that wasn't hard to call, right? Back in August and July, June, July, August 2023, everybody who was in crypto had been swallowed the pill. Are we going up or are we going down? This reverse was that confidence. So again, this like pullback that's happening in the traditional crypto market is nothing to be afraid of. It's actually again, things that you want to research. The research on this is just done with it. I'm not even here. What's up, y'all? But yeah, like the research here. Now, I'm at least on the different side of the fence for the first time in crypto. I'm actually on the other side where, it's a little stuttery. It's probably because I'm running this Soul terminal in the background. Let me turn this shit off. Quit. Where is it? Did it shut itself down or what? Where is it at? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, this one's buffering hard. Hold on, let me shut this down. It's like once I turned on my camera, my computer was like, hold up. What the fuck? What you running, bruh? We'll talk about this in a second. How to set up your Soul Zen miner. Because that's what's up next, man. That is what is up next. But to correlate everything to the traditional markets, it's kind of why I'm just kicking it off with this real fast, because I haven't talked about it. And what's funny is oh shit. What's funny is that, again, like, I speak for the hodler, the person that just is in it for the tech, in it for supply and distribution. And that is a different hodler in crypto. That's pretty much, again, how I got brought into this shit. Was a bunch of people were telling me to buy Bitcoin and hold it for 10 years. I did not understand it in 2013. Now we're in 2024. Hodling for 10 years is actually something worth thinking about. And for those that want to play the fast game crypto world, that's okay too. But that's why you can lose, right? Like, everybody who bought in March are losers. Literally, look at the chart. They all lost. They all fucking lost. So if you're a March buying loser, hold, right? Don't continue the cycle that made you a March buying loser, right? It maybe May is May Day, May, you know, sell in May, walk away, all that stupid traditional finance stuff that is obviously played out. Like, that shit is played out, man. It's 2024. Like, we know it's sell in May and walk away. That we've seen this before. We've seen this rerun, right? And personally, I'm not worried. I'm seeing nothing but opportunity here with this Bitcoin dip. I'm actually surprised it recovered so quickly. You would assume that they would want to do like possibly a 10-day swing down. So like we have 10 days of bad prices in Bitcoin, right? But today's a good day. So maybe the traders are really there and they're hiding in plain sight. And the overall market is building a narrative to make people think like, yo, maybe you can change. Maybe you'll, you know, maybe you can blah, blah, blah. I don't know what the fuck you're going to do. But as a crypto community, yes, man, that top was healthy at 73. Healthy. Everyone was surprised. So now everyone wants a dip. Or the ordinals are cheaper. Transactions are cheaper. Entries are cheaper. There's just so much good that comes from a dip that how long can it actually dip is the realest question. And we've been saying 50K would be an awesome place to go back to because we should have been at 50K in March, right? Like this should be reversed technically. Like technically we should have been like doing this. We should have been trading around 50K instead of exploding to 73. So we're extremely oversaturated with new users in the market, which is fine. They're the losers. And now they got to learn how to become winners. And I think, again, becoming a winner is becoming a hodler. Hodler, hello. Hodl the coins, learn about where you are, understand where you stand, right? And proceed from there if you're brand new. Don't follow the people who brought you in. If you bought the $73,000 Bitcoin, I was selling bitmaps at $73,000 Bitcoin. I was like, I need some Satoshis. Fuck that. When they gonna dip this shit? Because now, again, that's what I'm saying. Buying a bitmap at $73,000 per Bitcoin makes everything expensive. So buying something in ordinals at $59,000 Bitcoin, you're instantly getting a discount compared to the person that was doing it over here, right? So it's like, why wouldn't you just get more invested into your favorite things while everyone's losing their hopium? Right, you're getting your serotonin from a different angle, and you're just stacking, waiting for everyone to show back up. Because if they bought it at 73, they definitely buying it at 73 when it gets back there again. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? So all that stuff is doing. I mean, like I said, the traditional market is got the fucking losers scared out of their mind. So it swings down. You know, I should have took profit back in March, motherfuckers. Why did I listen to everybody in April, motherfuckers? I'm going to be a better trader in May, motherfuckers. Same cycle, bitches. But yeah, so let's go back to Zen. What up, Lita? What up, Nomad? Good day. Nothing like watching a crypto bro, like watching crypto bro on lunch. Yo, I hope the lunch is delicious, my G. I hope it's delicious. Gooden says hit the thumbs up if you're just chilling with me on the live stream. Hit that thumbs up. But yeah, we'll talk about some. I mean, everything is alpha that I spit, bro. I don't hear anybody talking about this shit because they haven't followed the chart and they come from a different, as they say, and bless you, bless you, bless you. Sneezing. Stay blessed. No, just kidding. It's allergy season, y'all. Trees are being born. But yeah, so traders are funny to me because I like following charts. I think that a chart leads you to like it leads you to the money. So it's kind of like a guide or a pirate. I was used to say like a treasure map. And each chart has a different characteristics. Now the Zen chart is something that I think everybody actually wants. I think everybody in technology, and I say technology because again, when you look at the traditional markets like a Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're considered tech stocks. So even though we look at them as like emission coins, at least if you're a holder, like that's kind of one of the advantages is like pricing everything in the Ethereum, in the Bitcoin, right? Because now you've got the gas and everyone's going to show up and buy your bags. So being a holder, because you're planning to hold for 10 years because you think, yo, this is going to be around in 2036 or excuse me, 2034. Like in 2034, if you're sold on 2034 cryptocurrency, why are you not positioning yourself? Oh, shit. Oh, no. Knocked over my water here. But yeah, why wouldn't you be positioning yourself, you know? Like, why wouldn't you be, you know, putting yourself in the future? And this is different. Like, this isn't like you're staking. You can sell at any moment, right? You can buy a bag and sell it whenever you want. Like, you don't have to go and stake your coins for 10 years. You just got to hold them and watch them just sit in your wallet and bake around. That's the classic crypto thing. I think where this is the end to this might be the end era of hodling if the culture can't take over. That's like that to me is Zen not working. So like if Zen doesn't work and the culture doesn't step back in to take over what Wall Street has obviously taken over, like we know this isn't Satoshi's vision. Like Satoshi did not envision Wall Street coming in and actually owning the Bitcoins. Like it was supposed to be the people own them and Wall Street buys them from us. But instead they bought with us, alongside us, right? So it's smart money in Bitcoin always because they bought along the journey. And now they outpace the buyer because no one can buy a $50,000 Bitcoin unless you really got capital. Like no regular motherfucker is buying a $50,000 Bitcoin. They buying fractions. So we in that era of the hodl, the fraction era where everybody buys fractions. No one buys a whole number. No one trades a whole number. That is a executed experience. Like this is facilitated execution over here. When you sell a Bitcoin, like if you're gonna go to Coinbase and sell a Bitcoin, everybody's looking at you. They're like, "What the fuck you doing selling a Bitcoin? What you doing with that $59,000? Where you going with that?" You know. So theoretically, the hodlers aren't the ones selling. It's only traders. It's only hedge funds. It's only Wall Street that actually is doing all this stuff. So we know this is not Satoshi's vision. This current state of Bitcoin is not Satoshi's vision. What people are building, like the Opcats, the runes, you know, the side icon, you know, like, you know, the shit that's making Bitcoin fun again. All of that stuff is like the second coming of Satoshi's vision. And that's why, again, I'm not sold that the world isn't ready for Bitcoin. I think the world is so ready to switch to cryptocurrency and get off of fiat. And that's why I'm trying to say as well for hodlers, there might not be many coins to hodl because the world is just going to shift to Bitcoin and then just put Bitcoin in bullshit. Like, you know, and, you know, it's going to turn into that. Just one singular idea. The concept is to break people into decentralization, to get people to comprehend how to provide themselves with their own sovereignty, you know, their own custody, their own everything. You know, you can grow crypto like you grow fruits if you know the meta, the alpha, and where to be. And like, to my point exactly, there is a sub network of users on Bitcoin that are building with Bitcoin, so you can grow Bitcoin with your Bitcoin. I mean, that's why Taproot is undefeated. What the fuck? You mean I can make more Bitcoins with my Bitcoins? What an era to live in. What a second coming of Satoshi's vision. Right now, I mean, figuring out what's the fairest one, which one isn't going to rug you, who's got the best team, right? That's back in the hodler culture and just staying around and figuring out who's got the best stuff. Personally, I think Zen, we are getting ready to show up and everyone's going to be very surprised. They're already surprised, but they're getting ready to be very surprised that we're here. And when we show up, which we're already here, those that know, they see us in the courtyard. They go, damn, they really in this bitch. So the days are numbered on Zen in general. To join the club at a very easy evaluation, right? I've been saying this. That's why I'm not streaming as much nowadays, because if you catching the alpha, you catching it. If not, you know, I'll be on X. I'll be in the telegrams. We be chatting. What up, Mr. Drums? What they do? And yeah, I think honestly, everybody did it wrong. I think I'm in one of the best positions going into this next phase of the bull run. This second halvening bull run. So bull runs happen around the halvening. They mask it to make it seem like it's a financial thing, but realistically, it's just the spirit of Bitcoin. Like that part, the hodler, that's the spirit of Bitcoin. People who threw it 10 years into the future and just came back, like, and now they're the ones that have to decide on what they want to do with it. Then that's where, I mean, we're in that phase still. Thank goodness you woke up when we're still in the phase where people who had mined Bitcoin at 50 blocks or 50 Bitcoin per block, bro, they're the ones that are making the decision right now, because BlackRock ran out of fucking Bitcoins. They need the public to come and dump them bitches, because they bought them all the way up to 73. Right? The person who sold on Pi Day, which is hilarious. On Pi Day, somebody sold 1,000 Bitcoin from the era of 50 BTC per block. So they're up here. This is their moment. And this is their 10 years, and it's up to them to extend it. Right? I think the extension is really happening in the ordinal space, in the Taproot space. Anybody who's building with Satoshis, I think even MicroStrategy, fucking even MicroStrat yesterday said that they're gonna build a decentralized identity with Bitcoin, so you can buy your identity with Satoshis. That's all it is. It ain't nothing fucking special, bro. It's just they're taking Taproot to the next level with their ideology, which is they think people want their identity on Bitcoin in Satoshis, which is the easy alley-oop, duh. But of course, Michael is gonna get the motherfucking spotlight because he's the guy who took the bet on Bitcoin when nobody else wanted to. We're living in the middle of this phony reality that's being built out, but whatever. Again, the Zenians were here. We're showing up. We ain't got time for this mediocre shit. We're gonna not kill. We're gonna make Solana bend the knee, and then everyone's gonna understand what we're doing with this stuff. And again, that's why I'm very positive about Bitcoin, because it's in good hands that are gonna shill it for me. All I have to do is hold it for 10 years. So I honestly think that is the most alpha you need in crypto. If you can't get past that and you're still looking for a reason, right? I also feel like a lot of people get stuck on ideology because they don't understand. They don't have a base ideology. Like there always has to be a conspiracy that makes a ripple effect. But that's just consciousness, right? Your consciousness that we assume you have, all right? That's another crazy party you can go down. I didn't say rabbit hole. I said party. If you want to go and party with some wild ideology, like go get into the AI world, start tapping into understanding whatever consciousness truthfully is, right? So the egotistical part of your consciousness that makes you personally think that you're really doing something right now by learning something new is whatever the fuck. You're just looking for a base, bro. You're just looking for first base so you can get to second base, so you can get to third base, and you can get home. Simplify the processes and you will go home. Like, that's it. And what I'm liking about, again, understanding that Bitcoin is just a billboard for this guy to shill, for me to buy and chill. I now can go and find better ideologies that are based on that, because that's what works. Cardano does not work, man. Sorry. Solana works the way that they did it. What else do we have here? We got Litecoin. What's the narrative on Litecoin? How do they billboard themselves? How do I hold it for 10 years? Oh, they're in the shadow of this guy, so they should get shadow price, which they do have. $80 Litecoin, which is still pretty fucking expensive when you think of shadow price. Like, they hella standing in the shadow of Bitcoins, and they $80. Like, what? Like, who's still making this shit? But yeah, what's another one? Like, Phantom. But what does Phantom have that Bitcoin, like, you know, like I'm saying, like, they build what Bitcoin's already built. The simplicity of the billboard, right? The Michael Saylor is gonna go out and tell everybody. The ordinals are gonna invent new bullshit. Right? What does Phantom have that Bitcoin has? Right? And they ain't got shit. That's why we understand Phantom is a blockchain for service. And these are terms of the 24s. I'm not inventing this no more. I'm just a time traveler. A bass. Blockchain as a service, a cloud-based service that allows companies to build and operate their own blockchain applications. BaaS is a base software as a service model, but it works in a similar fashion. So we live in this era right now. Like I understand that this is fine, because this is what makes VCs happy and horny, and they come in and they buy up your token and it goes really high in price. And then they take their fucking 30% at the top. They take their 50% at the top every single time. Right? And then the cycle continues. They bring in other VCs. Everyone circle jerks. It goes up. So it's a normal practice that I'm used to. And this is why me personally, I've been looking for the original alpha in crypto that made people millionaires, which was, let this guy and everyone else promote Bitcoin, because the tokenomics are fierce. The supply, the distribution is so fierce that it's undeniable for anyone to latch onto. It was so easy for Michael Saylor to latch onto Bitcoin so he can release a decentralized identity using ordinals. He could have done this with anything else. He could have did it with the shadow coin called Litecoin. He could have did it on Solana, which is the killer of Ethereum. He could have done it on Phantom, which has the fastest blockchain database. But instead, he did it on clunky Bitcoin. And why, right? Why? Well, the most alpha ever, bro. He put the word orange in it. Do you see that? Like, this is all this is all just to extend Bitcoin's life, bro. Because these guys own majority of the supply and they control the vibes. And then those that mind way the fuck back here. So you don't really matter. Your $100 Bitcoin you buy, your one Bitcoin you buy, like, who cares? Like, unless you're buying like 1,000 to 100,000 Bitcoins, bro, like, you can't change the next 10 years because it's fabricated based on the hodler because they got time. And that's why, again, I think this bull run will be fucking ridiculous, because why would you stop here when you know you have time and you know people are gullible? And if Bitcoin breaks past $100,000, the gullibleness of humans is going to be outrageous. And that's why, again, why would you bet against the gullible human at $100,000 Bitcoin with the shadow coin from the shadow realm called Zen, that is literally Bitcoin living in every other area in crypto. 12 EVMs inside Bitcoin itself as an ordinal called VMPX. And then very soon, Soul. So on Solana itself, one of the largest, most talked about blockchains, Zen will live there in the form of XENblocks. So as we build our own network to support ideologies, and in my opinion, the next 10 years of crypto, as the new world would say, as blockchain as a service, because that's what X1 is going to be. It's going to be a blockchain as a service, the next generation of blockchains. Right, because we already have it. The meta's here. Like, if you want to build and you have clout, just use Bitcoin. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel. Like, Michael Saylor is putting it on line, right? Like, the only thing is, if you want to build with Bitcoin, you better be rich, because as it goes up in price, so do the fees. So does maintaining documents inside of the state. So that's one thing why, again, I think MicroStrategy's got a good angle here, because the state is going to get more expensive. And why not have an early ordinal identity with MicroStrategy, one of the largest holdings in Bitcoin? You know, like, maybe they'll be able to fork you. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything comes in, it falls into place. It's like, oh, if something goes wrong, like, they got to have a strategy, right? Maybe this is the place I put my digital identity, because they got to have a MicroStrategy if shit goes wrong. Versus Joe Schmo now that's going to try it. Right? Like, we're going to see everyone try identity, but why wouldn't you just do this one? If everyone's just going to be the same, and we know that it's just text on a Bitcoin, bro, like, that's it. There's nothing special about it. What up, Clay? Orange is the new everything. Orange man good. That's what they're trying to run right now. Rolando, what it do? He said $8 per XNM. $8. $8. Not for me, man. XNM's expensive. XNM's already $100 to me. That's why I'm trying to buy it in bulk right now. If people have it in bulk, I'm not buying like 20,000 XNM. I need 100K. That's the bulk buy in XNM right now. And the XNM is super special because it's getting ready to get a lot of attention. When people understand Solana Zen, then they're gonna want to know why did it come into fruition? Like, what brought it into fruition? Flourishing. Well, we're stuttering. No, but what brought it into existence? Like, how did Jack get here? Right? And realistically, we got to this area because XENblocks shows a security measure that is probably going to be one of the most powerful ways to secure a blockchain. Because now everyone's going to attack us again, and they're going to tell all the Zenians we spamming and we should stop. But I would rebuttal, after being in the Zen world for 2 years. And again, we're part of this industry too. We're not just people who click. We move charts and we move blockchains. We have blockchains that have issues with Zen. So we like the funk. The only way really to mitigate the Zen effect is to try to act like you can handle it. So not act, but like actually handle it. So that's why Soul Zen couldn't come at a better time. What I'm afraid of is it giving Zen Soul a fucking bull run right now. Be like, damn it, right? I hope Soul pulls back. But you know, right now I don't think a lot of people are hip to what we're getting ready to do. So again, what is Soul Zen? Soul Zen is a spinoff of XENblocks, which is XNM, the token that is the security layer for X1 chain. X1 chain originally was a destination for Zen burn. So when you made a Zen coin, you could take this coin and burn it as a bridge to another blockchain. And when this was all kind of like rolled out, it was just going with the flow. Some would say that it was planned and strategized. Fair Crypto themselves say that they are just doing what the people ask. So there's already two narratives going on in Zen, which is one, that this stuff is planned, and then two, that it's going as it's going. So with the it's going as it's going narrative, XENM was invented to provide security to X1 chain, because through the discovery of making Zen on all these networks, it showed a weakness and security breaching, in a sense, or like DDoSing, where people would essentially be like, oh, like it's the DNA of Zen. Everyone thinks Zen is a DDoS attack, but realistically, it's just people clicking finally on your motherfucking blockchain. Like you ain't never had no clicks until the Zen coin showed up, right? So Zen is very simple. It killed softly. I think it killed all these chains very softly. It's not gonna do to. I mean, it's still gonna spank Solana, but the way it's spanking Solana is hilarious. The rest of these were just kind of like transactions and database or storage issues, where so many people hit the chain and then they store a bunch of data because you have to do a contract call. It's gonna go 400 days, and maybe you're doing like 1,000 of those things. So you take up the whole fucking state because the blockchain itself didn't think about this. Like the people designed the chain didn't think they needed 4 terabytes on hard drives to maintain speed. I mean, that's like in X1, we're already futuristic. A lot of people are thinking about, wow, we've seen all this stuff happen on all these other chains. Maybe I do want to have more than 1 terabyte. There's multiple nodes in X1 that have 2 terabytes. Already, they said they ready, baby. I wouldn't be surprised if some people have 4 terabytes already, saying I'm ready. I'm never gonna have to look back. And yeah, so we've tested these EVMs. We understand exactly what their flaws are, and Zen being released on Solana in the same fashion of just like contract data and high gas fees, it would not have the same effect, because Solana doesn't actually work off of gas. Like Solana has a flat rate. Anytime you do Solana transactions, it's always going to be 0.005 in gas. Where's it at? Yeah, in the compute units, it will always be 0.005 and lower. But that's what it tries to go up to keep it at a fixed rate for the Solana. And this is kind of what the problem is in Solana, why their transactions fail, because there's a lot of conspiracies now that people are starting to bring to the surface because nobody knows what's going on and it's off track. Like the facts and the data don't match the narrative anymore, right? That's like everything in crypto right now. The facts and the data no longer matches the actual narrative. So everybody got a question here, right? And this is what's funny about Solana. It's not just like Zenians are showing up because we want to destroy the chain. This is a problem in the nodes. Like the nodes talk about this stuff. Like the people who are running nodes in Solana want dynamic fees, right? And they're the ones making your bots, yo. It has to be. They have to be. Now that we have a client in Solana and I see how it's working from behind the scenes, and now I understand why all of the plebs tell me I need to get a fucking bot to be on Solana. I'm like, man, yo, people are making so much money off the plebs in Solana. It's ridiculous. Like, and they don't even know it. No one really knows that they're just overpaying for crypto use. I don't know why. I mean, it's again, what was my last video? 80%. What happened? Like, we used to be 80% computer science, and now we're 20%. Like now, or 80% computer science, 20% traditional finance to create market. Now it's flip flopped. Now it's 80% traditional finance and 20% computer science. Like, what the fuck? Like, that is drastic. Like, if you have computer science education, you should be in crypto twisting and making scripts for the plebs, bro, because they're gonna give you money for no reason, because they don't want to go and listen or read or GPT and build. So I'm like, oh, okay, this makes so much sense why there's a monopoly on error. Like, man, say it ain't so. Like, say we're not really doing the same things that we're already doing in real life. Monopolize human error, bro. Make a whole monopoly. That's Solana right now. So there are people on both sides of the party that want to fix it. So it's just not Jack Levin. He's just the fire starter, right? Or don't they have that coming out right now? Fire dancer. So yeah, Jack Levin is the fire starter, and he's getting ready to start a fire on Solana, utilizing the ideology of Zen, which is a fairly launched crypto with no VC funding, no pre-allocated coins, no extra coins that can show up. Literally the only way extra coins can show up is if someone is a time traveler and they show the fuck up with their coins from the future. And that ideology, I think, is one of the most solid in distribution. In Zen, the way that this ideology is achieved is the Patreon puts up some gas, and then they have some time, and depending on the overall quorum of the network. So here, let me bring up Zen real quick. So depending on like the overall quorum of the network, there's this thing called the G rank. The G rank represents the network. Every time there's an active miner, they claim a C rank. Once the C rank fills to a certain number, the G rank bumps. Every time the G rank bumps, everybody who's mining gets a little bit more Zen. And that's kind of how like they've created this mechanism of fairness where you can't get left behind and you can't get too far ahead, because your miner's going to end. You're going to have to start over, right? So miners only last 462 days. After that, you have to start over. So every 462 days right now, there's a new day, because there's an amp that goes down every day. So every day there's less Zen. Every day it gets harder to make it. And yeah, that's Zen. That's the way they achieved a fairly launched coin with no extra clutter. Just coin, bro. Time and coin. So this is the ideology. How do you install this into Solana when they don't have any base fees, or when they don't have any dynamic fees, right? That's what made Zen fun, is that the fees change over time with the amp, because maybe it's really expensive to make the Zen. Maybe it's really cheap to make the Zen. You can't predict that part because it's connected to the congestion of the chain. So, or because gas is connected to the congestion of the chain. It's like a physics, a dynamic physics you can grab from Ethereum based EVMs, because it fluctuates based on user activity at that time of reality. So you can't really replicate that on Solana. It's literally impossible. They don't have dynamic fees. You can't set priority fees. And that's why all your transactions fail unless you have a bot. Because if you have a bot, you can set a priority fee. So there's an exposure happening here to educate the Solana community on how to actually use their own fucking blockchain. I don't care, because I'm in the Zen world and I'm ready for X1 chain, the real next generation chain. Right now we're just like gathering together the community. Like, hey, everybody come on in. Right? So please come on in. It's going down. If you are hip to command line, this would be very simple. But if you're not command line hip, then there will be a web app so that you can get Soul Zen on Solana when it's released. But really, it's based to be ran from a client on your computer. So and that's why I'm saying it's taking DNA from XENM, from xeNFTs. And that's because, again, what Jack discovered that no one will probably talk about except for me, because I was there, and maybe in Tree City West probably too, and Simple Spaces you'll hear it too, because he was there. There are some people that have been there every single fucking moment of Zen change. But yeah, like when XENblocks came out, it was so fun and it was so refreshing for so many users in crypto that have been following the Zen coin, that like it changed, I think, a lot of us in the perspective of how do you make a fucking crypto coin? Like, where are we in this space right now when it costs $2 million to make a Bitcoin, but the Bitcoin itself is $59,000? Like, why the fuck would I spend $2 million to make a $59,000 object? Right? So I'm priced out. The only way you can make a Bitcoin is if you've been hodling, right? Oh, there's that word again. And those motherfucking people who've been hodling since 2013, their $100 Bitcoins at 59,000, building still, right? Building still, throwing the flare even further down the road while telling everybody else, go buy all these other shit coins and spend your money and fucking get trapped. Right? So XENM was an accident. Everybody that got into XENM, we just love that old school Bitcoin feeling. No strings attached, no anything. Like, there's nothing actually more pure than XENM right now because it comes from fun. Nothing about XENM came from a financial agreement. Like, we all just showed up and said, yeah, I want to have some fun in cryptocurrency. Let's get back to let's make mining great again. Let's make hashing fun again. That's why I have this weird conspiracy right now that, yeah, maybe Jack Levin is Satoshi, because who else can be so horny for freaking cryptographic hashing, bro? Like, no one, there ain't nobody as horny for a cryptographic hash function than fucking Jack Levin. Like, what in the hell is going on, bro? And now I'm a junkie. Now I'm a hash junkie because I actually think this is pretty fun too. I'm like, yeah, hashing is the most pure way to get crypto. And I'm having the most fun because there's no strings attached. No strings attached. Life partner, no government in between you and her. You and him, whatever the fuck. Her and him, her and her there. I did everything. We global out here. And that's kind of why, again, my thought is this is bigger than people perceive it to be, because it's just so mature due to the fun that we're having. Like, we don't have to go out and get everybody to rally behind us because the users, or this doesn't need users, this needs time. Like, the less users, the better, technically. Like, the less people mining XENblocks so I can mine every day without the difficulty going up, that's my selfishness speaking, because I know that it's so good that actually everyone should be here right now, because it's the purest way of creating crypto. There's no other way to get a coin into existence right now. You can maybe go and find someone who has the same ideology that wants to slap hands with us, but they didn't make Zen. And that's what every other POW doesn't have. It doesn't have this like experiment history attached to its POW inception, right? XENblocks is only incepted because people got into Zen. And if they didn't find Zen, they would have never thought about grouping together the hash, a new coin that does not matter to anyone but those that make it. Right? That's what I'm saying. It's the purest non-financial agreement coin out right now that you can get yourself if you want to start mining. Right? And we don't give a fuck if you don't want to do it. We actually just translated our findings into a Solana coin that we're now going to meme. And it's going to be the fairest meme on Solana. And yeah, you can join if you have some Soul coins. Maybe you like Soul. That's what I was saying. I was like, oh, maybe people will join the Soul one because they can actually sell the fucking Solana. Like, it's hard for people to mine XENblocks for their IQ to like wrap around this idea that they can't sell it. Like, that is actually really hard for people to comprehend. Watching it be born into existence, there's a plus and a minus, or there's a plus and a negative here, though. I would say for the masses, free alpha for those that are listening. Theoretically, if it's so challenging that no one else can figure it out, you want to be there. You actually want to be there, because that is where the static alpha is. Like, that is where it is, where people are bouncing ideas and meeting in the middle, and hierarchies don't matter, because the mission is bigger. The mission is is greater than the hierarchy. Me having dumplings with Jack Levin still is fucking hilarious. That's how memey this reality is. Like, this is so serious. Jack Levin ate dumplings with me and a few other random motherfuckers in New York City. We're not random. Shout outs Buddy. Shout outs Mask. Shout outs Og and Wifey. You know what I'm saying? Not random people, real humans. But that's what I'm trying to get at, bro. We got a mission that we're all trying to accomplish. And it's just unfortunate that Bitcoin is not going to be the one. I mean, it's going to be there. I mean, we got the billboard. Shout outs Michael Saylor. And everybody else that's building for it. But yeah, I honestly believe that Zen is doing it on its own. We don't really need anyone else. So what is this Soul Zen miner? What is this hashing algorithm? You know, what is this XENblocks on Soul? How does it, really work? So what it does is it creates. Here, we'll go through the steps. JP is Satoshi. What up, Zeochland? What up, Ernit? What up, Evan? Do you think Solana's going to $1,000? Hell yeah, Solana will go to $1,000. It got VC funding out the ass. Everything is going up. The only reason Solana won't go to $1,000 is because this is a disruption. I need to make a better video though about this stuff, because it's really important to understand the just, I guess. So like for me, like I'm already set up. Like my shit's set up. Like I just literally put in one bar right now, one little code, and it sets itself up. So in the description, I have right now a miner, but it's made for Mac. There's another miner in the description as well, and it's going to be Yosef's miner. I put the link in it so you can do it with Ubuntu and Linux. So this is why it's taken a second for it to come out. I think Jack talked about it like 2 weeks ago on a Sunday. He built the miner, or it was like 1 week went by. We all thought it was gonna be like Zen. The next week it comes out. It ends up being a SHA-3 script that Jack figured out. So that's what I'm saying. Jack went into the fucking think tank for a second and figured out like how to really approach this to make an impact. And what it is that, again, Solana doesn't have dynamic fees. It's a flat rate fee, so nothing changes. That's why building on top of Solana won't really make a impact or make a billboard, because it would just, you guys would all go and you would just run and hit a wall. So, and that wall being their monopoly on failed transactions. They have an actual monopoly on that. So we would be essentially pushing you into the monopoly if we continued to come from the angle of regular Zen. All right. And that's why this bitch is hard coded into their nodes. So what's going to happen is Jack, he went to the think tank. He thought about it. He was like, what the fuck? And he created a SHA-3 script that uses the CPU power of the Solana nodes. So it's using a pool. We're all essentially pooling together. Well, I mean, okay, this one's actually, it's not like XENblocks in that atmosphere. So XENblocks has a different atmosphere where you're going to learn about it, and then you'll learn about our difficulty. And when you learn how the difficulty works, you learn that this difficulty is actually a mining pool. So the RPC for mining XENblocks lives in 3 servers on our testnet, and those 3 servers keep track of everything. So when X1 chain is live, everybody with a GPU inside of their X1 node will be able to take task or work from the Xenium network, verifying blocks, and it's going to decentralize this mining pool where you can connect to it and mine XNM from this mining pool using Argon 2, right? So it's fucking deep, right? I don't know how the hell we got like this, but we got like this. So that part of XENblocks is not in Soul Zen. Soul Zen doesn't have a difficulty because you're not going against anybody. You're simply you're simply spending soul to tell a computer to hash a password that has 420 in it. So that's the process. I have a wallet. I want some Soul Zen. I'm gonna run a program, or I'm gonna go to a slot machine. Essentially, I'm gonna put a quarter in. Right, you're gonna hit pulling the levers. You hit and go, and the processor is gonna randomize itself, get ready, you know, and then it's gonna run a process, and it's gonna try to find 420. So that's what happened here on this. This is one I did last night. So you see here, this is pretty much the breakdown. Watch the breakdown. Oh shit, I gotta blow it up some more. So I'm still there. I'm still in the motherfucking breakdown. I'll get rid of all this stuff so I can see. Oh, we'll just look at the raw. Kinda. Whatever. All right, we'll go back here. I guess I'll just zoom out. You're gonna have to squint. Sorry, guys. Maybe I'm on the television. But so here, this is the program. Basically logging back calls to the blockchain so that the blockchain can save the information in a hex, like in a hash. So it's in the hex data. But that's why we can verify it, because now there's going to be a hash, and then using SHA-3 verification tools, you can go back and see that that hash has found 420 in it, right? And this is just classic cryptographic things. Like what Jack was saying, and when I had said this, he was like, this is like classic like assembly hacking. Like when you just want to have fun and like make it so that when something was found, something would pop up. Right, and let somebody enable it so that it shows up. Before hacking got like super demonic, and it was like, let's steal their fucking everything. Like when it was just fun, honest hacking. Like, and I think that's why, again, I do question if he is Satoshi, or if Satoshi had those characteristics as well, because no one really talks about, you know, the man himself and how he got there. Like, how did he get to SHA-256 besides the whole hash graph? I mean, the hash cache, because they weren't using SHA-256. That was being used by the NSA. The Atom backstory, like the whole, like that side of things, technically does not really match with the way that you would think of this shit from this X1 experience. That's all I'm gonna say with my hands in the sky. From the way X1 is being built out, this seems more like what a hands-on Satoshi class would be like. The way Bitcoin was rolled out does feel like an anonymous, I can't take ownership for this because this needs to come into existence. I'm not saying that Jack is Satoshi. I'm just saying he got Satoshi-like characteristics right now. Because I don't know who Satoshi is. But yeah, in 2008, you couldn't have a face. In 2028, you will have a face. That's what I'm going to say. 20 years later, we will have faces that are connected to crypto projects. It will not be a Satoshi world. But what did Satoshi have that allowed him to be anonymous? It was the hash. The hash is all that is needed. You can't tell me shit. Do you see this hash? I'm not talking about smoking. I'm talking about crypto hash. You see this? Like, I should be hash bro now. Looking back, my first block mined 928, 2000 difficulty. Oh wow, on you're talking about on XENblocks. Yeah, XENblocks used to be so easy when it was CPU. So you see here, this is what I'm trying to say. XENblocks is the big brother inception of Soul Zen. So if you are mining XENblocks, you're in a great place, because now people are gonna fucking try to understand what's going on Soul, and they're always gonna be coming back to here, because this is the only way to really understand it. Because other than that, you're gonna think it's spam. You're gonna people are really gonna look at this and be like, why are they trying to find 420? Why are they clogging up the network? I want to sell my shitcoin. Like, they don't even understand that it's like, you can't sell a shitcoin if these CPUs are wrapped up like this. Like your shitcoin selling problem isn't even a feather drop in a bucket right now. Cause this is hilarious. This is gonna be funny as a motherfucker, right? And again, like there's no difficulty, so you don't have to worry about jumping in. The hardest thing is gonna be actually having Soul, and the other hurdle. Again, that's why I'm saying, yo, this is a blessing that Soul is in a sell off right now, because a hurdle is getting Soul. So I don't know how you're gonna get your hands on some Solana. You're gonna want to try to play the market well, I guess. Solana is built with the Bitcoin market, so until there's a release date, you have time, right? You got time. I honestly don't think we will pump Solana, but if people don't have Soul tokens, we might see a little pump in Solana, because the only way you're going to be able to get this new meme coin on Solana is by having Solana, because that's the only way. So the way that it works, I got the terminal up. All right. So essentially here, I'll start a new terminal. I'll get a new shell going with a different color. Easier to read. Or I'll do white. We'll do white. I think that's this one. Oh, hell no, it's even harder to read. I'm still trying to learn everything, you know what I'm saying? Is it pro? No. So, is it novel? Oh, okay, there we go. That one's the one. Easy one to see. All right. So realistically, all right, we're gonna try this. We're gonna try it out. But what you need to do is start to fucking be a real person. You are a computer scientist, okay? All right, this isn't the mid 2000s where you put all your fucking projects, files on your desktop, okay? Don't do it like that. Make a folder. Make a new folder, all right? And build in that folder. This is not like I said, it's not 2007. All right, it's the future. Make a folder. Everybody that got caught up in XENblocks in the beginning was because they didn't make a folder and they was trying to build on their desktop. All right. So when you use what here is called the command line, bro, go into the folder. All right. The way you do that is by changing directories to CD. So I'm on Mac, so I'm gonna go ahead and go CD desktop. Oopsies, that's not desktop. CD desktop, and it's gonna say right here, you know, Brandon's fucking desktop, right? And then, like I said, make a folder on the desktop. So I have a folder called Soul Zen, and now I can go on the Soul Zen, right? Now on command line, you ain't got no visuals, you just have text, and I get it. It's hard. Oh my God, it's just text. I can't see any pictures. I've heard a billion times. Doesn't fucking matter. You got to learn how to use command line, and the folders are just in text. So you hit this thing called LS, kind of looks like list. Hit enter, and then you can see all the content in that folder. So I have like a my project. I got some weird ass shit. I don't know what that is. And then I have the Solana Rust client. So I'm gonna go ahead and open that up real quick. So I'm gonna hit CD Solana Rust client. Now you shouldn't have this in yours, but I'm just trying to show you something real quick before we get started. So if you build it using Yosef's script that I haven't posted his new one. So there's a new one, but I really need to make it a doc so I can post it. Right now I don't have it as a doc. I only made it for Mac as a doc. So I'm sorry for those. You're gonna have to go and find it. All right. But long story short, this is how you build this whole thing out. And then there's gonna get to a part where you need to, which is gonna be right here, which is create a cargo project. So now there's a code out there. It's on here too. So it's right here. So this is the one-liner to build the cargo project. The thing is that, like I said, this is modified for it to work with my Mac. It's just the different paths. That's all it is. And if you're brand new, just trying to give you a 411 on why you're confused, right? Macintosh, Linux. So there's two different types of builds to provide the right, what they call packages or dependencies. If you don't have the right dependencies, the right packages, prerequisites, everything is going to be all effed up. And for some reason, we still live in technology racism where if you have a certain type of CPU operating system, and it might not work, blah, 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 blah. All right. So just take that with a grain of salt. So that's why I'm showing this part, which is make a folder so you can keep all your files organized, so you can fucking see what see what's going on. Like right now, if I type nano, which is nano is a command so that I can see what's inside of the text file. So if I type in nano and then I type in cargo toml, now it's going to show me what's inside of that file, right? And I can see my prerequisite or my packages, my dependencies. Yay, everything is good, Like these are the tasks, these are the things that people skip when they try to jump into everything. Even I did it, and it makes your life so much easier once you start to understand how it all works, right? And like where your information is, so that you can run the program. Now when it comes to building this client here that happened, I wish I could start over, but what we'll try to do, what is it? I mean, what am I trying to say right now? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I gotta make an actual video with a blank everything, because right now this is still connected to the Solana stuff I've hooked up. So long story short, right now, what would happen normally here, we'll do it in this one. So normally what you would do is you would just copy all this stuff here. You want to update everything. It's going to run a process, right? But the most important thing, like, because it's just like running XENblocks. So you're going to run updates. You're going to get all the prerequisites. You're going to download Rust. You're going to download, or you're going to change your cargo pack. You're going to download Solana, right? And then you're going to create a new key. So it's just like everything else. When it comes to a process of creating, it's just that you're creating everything hard in the computer, right? So another way for me to see this is like if I were to go to the actual place. So Solana user, that's how like deep I am in this stuff now. I don't even need to all right. So because that's how many paths I've done. I'm like, oh, I get it now. I know exactly where to find everything. So the hardest part of this whole experience is making sure that your path to your wallet is connected to the miner. And what you'll see in this document is I had to actually, oh, I guess I could just show it because I'm live. I had to edit this this GitHub in order for me to do the one line setup. All right. So this is a little bit more challenging. Well, I'm gonna make a video for it, because essentially when it comes out and it's live, you'll be able to do Soul Zen with a website. You won't have to do this build where you use your terminal and you bypass, locally. The problem with that though is like what I'm thinking will be, if you're really hyped and you want to get some Soul Zen, you're going to want to do it from the command line, because if you're not doing it from the command line, you could risk a blackout from the server for the website, right? Like the website could just get attacked and then you can't mine the Soul Zen while everybody else is on the command line. So theoretically, you want to do this change, right? And the change is nothing more than this here, which is modifying the code. Actually, this part, yeah. So you'll see it here in the in mine. You'll do the same thing. I put it in the notes here, but it's edit line 14 in the Python script. So you'll have to go and get this script. You'll have to fork it, and then you'll have to edit it so that it on line 14, which is this line right here, the key path pair variable matches your key path. That's all you got to do. Literally, once you do that, let's see if my build is still here. All right. So literally, once you do that, you get to drag and drop in this build, right? Because this is a Python script, and all it's going to do is build the Python script in the command line. And the reason why it has my address at the end is because when you mine Soul Zen, you're going to get XN coins. So XN will be airdropped to the Ethereum address that you attach to the Soul Zen miner. On top of, you know, the address you have, you know, getting Soul Zen. So this is really cool. Like, this whole learning experience has been totally different for me. Like, I've never installed the blockchain or like installed a wallet through terminal. This is exactly why I fumbled Bitcoin. I'm literally reliving my fumble Bitcoin era in the name of Zen. It's crazy. I mean, granted, it's different. Like, I'm in Zen, but I'm on Solana. You get me? So like, in the name of Zen, I'm in Solana, right? But like, when I first started using Bitcoin, it was like this, and I could not comprehend what people meant. So like, for instance, right now, like if I type in Solana and then balance, it's going to show me how much Sol is on my path or in my computer. Cause that's all. I mean, that's all. It's computer money and magic internet money, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, the part I got to figure out next is I got to figure out how to call these identity wallets, but I'm not there just yet. But you see here, I have 3.4 Solana on this wallet. I could even type in Solana address, and it's going to tell me my address, right? You could type in Solana help. And what's fun is that everyone's really enjoying this experience. So I'm hoping that this is what we get in X1. I hope I can command X1 from the command line, basically. Like, I hope that is a real thing. This is pretty cool because, like, yeah, like now you can kind of see Solana from a no graphics era, or like, you know, no graphics, no extra shit, just Solana. So like, I'm actually like, okay, this is pretty cool. I think this is really cool. I think Solana took the right approach here. This I did not know about Solana, and now I get why developers love Solana. This is really cool, right? As a user in crypto, being on a website with GUI, which is graphic unit images, like, that's cool. But yeah, when you can just know where you are because it's just text, it does feel a little bit realer. I don't know why it's like that. You would think seeing a picture would make it real, but in a computer science element, yeah, just seeing the text makes it feel really, really real. So now what's crazy is like, I can run this here, and what it's gonna do is it's gonna start building the app. So hold on, let's see if things might get slow here. Oh, my bad. Yeah, graphical user interface. I said images. We need Soul before running this. So yeah, what you need to do is you need to get some Soul. You're going to create a wallet, and it's going to give you a wallet address. Then you can take that wallet address, and then you just Google search DEVnet faucet. And then you just go to the DEVnet faucet, and you airdrop yourself some Soul tokens. So that's why I'm like, yo, I got to make a whole video about this, because this is a little bit more, now that I'm like stepping up to the plate, I'm like, oh, actually, I'm not even ready for this. I think Tree City West also is going to do one here, and I can hit, let's just say like 1. Or we'll do 2.5. Let's drain. No, I'm just kidding. Do 1 Soul so you don't drain the pool. What was funny was earlier last week, we all hit the chain really hard, DEVnet or testnet, and we took all of the testnet Solana. And then somebody left a comment in the validator group in Solana and was like, yo, what happened to all of our testnet? I think I posted it on my X. Sorry, guys. Let's bring my X over here. So this is building right now. That's why it's very easy. The hardest part of it is just setting up the environment. So again, I'll make a video for that the closer we get to Soul Zen. I don't think I should do it right now because again, it's still low key. What I mean by low key is we don't want Solana to try to patch what we've created before it's live, because like they can't necessarily do that at all anyways, but maybe they make a buffer or something. I don't know what could happen. But this helps Solana nodes. So Solana nodes are now the people that have the power, because it's up to them. If they don't like the way the tokenomics are working for Solana, this is their chance to pretty much tell the chain that they need dynamic fees. And if they don't change the dynamic fees, and they decide to stay the way they are, who's to say Soul Zen won't become the real Soul? Just kidding. I don't know if that could happen, but maybe it could. Shit, it really does put a challenge on their it's not on us, it's not on the users, it's on the people holding the infrastructure up. They got the world on their back, and now they have to really ask themselves, do I want to spend 10 years on this world, or is it dead in the sand because they don't want to address this because there's a monopoly on it, and those node operators are not part of the monopoly. It's a monopoly for those that have giant nodes. So the only way to get the only way you can really take on how am I trying to say this? So like in X1, we are going to be pure, bro. Like everybody can jump in whenever you want, and it's designed to scale so you can come and go as you please, or build if you like, just like Bitcoin, right? Just like Michael Saylor, if you see an opportunity, you can build, you can make a gigantic whatever you want. But it's gonna keep that DNA of Bitcoin where everyone can facilitate however they feel, right? It's not gonna be like a Solana where it's their way or the highway. That's basically every blockchain right now. Is whatever they think is the ideology of mass adoption, you have to conform to. But that's why I challenge the industry to really answer that question of why are we conforming to mediocrity? Like, this is pretty mediocre because they want to direct all of the failed transactions to one node to grab the Solana. Like, that's pretty messed up. Like, what if I want to open 5 nodes and they want to be honest nodes that only answer transactions that go through, but those transactions are probably going to fail before they go through. So technically, maybe I do need to buy a bunch of Solana so I become a bigger node. It's a whole monopoly. Y'all don't know about it though, because again, it's in the development side of things. I'm so happy to be here. I never really thought Zen would bring me this close to development. Like, I am on top of the chain, on top of all these chains. Shit. So no GPU needed. Yeah, no GPU is needed. That's why we're using the Solana nodes to power the mining. And we're using, and that's why there has to be a client that is built using Solana as like a processor. As I left a tweet yesterday where I was like, Satoshi didn't turn Solana into a giant ASIC miner though. This one's going over everybody's head right now. I'm posting a lot of things that are going over people's heads. It's all good though. But yeah, this one went over everyone's head. Only a few got it. But yeah, we're turning Solana into a giant ASIC miner essentially, because there's no difficulty, so we can all hit it as hard as we want. And that's why, again, I feel like using a terminal and building it will be the smartest way to hit the network, because you don't have to worry about the website crashing or worry about something disrupting your experience. If you can really build the wallet on your terminal, why wouldn't you do it that way so that you can get the coins? Because again, if it does become very hard to get, so we can talk Hopium, but like if it gets really hard to get the Soul Zen, and it lives on Solana, so that means that it has its own price on Solana, and those people with the coin, it turns into the fairest launch coin on Solana. There's nothing else that's been released like this on Solana. There's not one coin, unless someone knows something that I don't. Are there any coins using the Solana processing power to be created, and the tokenomics are all based on time. So what they were saying is to have a 30-day AMP, where Solana Zen will only mine for 30 days. Kind of a sad idea to think about, but yeah, it's only going to mine for 30 days is what that Jack was saying. Maybe it mines longer, but it's really designed to put a stress on Solana to test their theory. It's a stress test for theory right now. So it's not, like I said, we're having so much fun that I wish this shit would stay around forever, but I have XENblocks for that. Like if I want to go and be forever in hashing matrimony, like let me go and get some XENblocks, right? And that's why, again, just even saying that makes me feel like that's why XENblocks doesn't have attraction right now. It has no price. Like I want Solana Zen to go on and on and on in, because it's on Solana and I can sell Soul tokens on Coinbase. So what happens when XENM has that same vibe, right? Again, the Soul Zen is DNA is this. So like that vibe already is here. Maybe it doesn't have, like, again, a lot of attention, but everyone in the pool gets it. So when all these people go, man, that Solana Zen is over, what do we hash now? How do we stay hash heads? Zoom. Zoom. Yeah, the dip is over on the difficulty now. Back up to 104,000. It was at 98,000 or it was 98,000 for the longest time, man. For the longest time. So yeah, I would say if you don't want to do Soul Zen, hedge the education and get yourself into XENblocks. Shit. Man, why is Soul going up right now? Man, we need this thing to reverse. Maybe it's going to hit the 72 and get rejected. So this is still loading. So again, like the processes of creating a Soul Zen miner, very simple. Follow this guide. You can also take this guide and put it in GPT and then ask GPT to remix it for your OS. That's another intuitive way of taking information and creating it into your own. Just take this, drop it in GPT, tell GPT, I'm on Linux. How do I make these operations work with Linux? And then it should tell you. But yeah, because each process is just to get you to this end, right? And this is going to be the hardest part. Forking, editing, and, you know, creating your own GitHub content. If not, that's why, again, I'm saying use Linux, use Joseph's script, because Joseph's is gonna be made for that, you know. Don't make it hard for yourself. But this is really for Mac users, because I'm a Mac user, so we deserve to. We need some clout too, damn it. So go out there and homebrew it up. We can do it too. So this is almost done. I'm going to set it up this weekend. Or do you think it'll be live by this weekend? No, I don't think it'll be live by this weekend. Maybe next week sometime. What up, Dank? I think we'll get it next week, maybe. I'm sure everyone wants to see what's going to happen next with the market before they start pushing things out. So hopefully, like, next week we would we'd be able to see what's up. Hold on one second. Let me answer this. Yeah, nah, y'all high tech. I'm streaming right now though. Oh, for sure. What's up? Well, I'll see you guys in a few. Yeah. Peace out, y'all. Family always got to hit me up while I'm streaming, bro. That's just the nature. Black people don't give a fuck. You can literally tell the black people. You tell black people like, "Yo, bro, look, check it out. Every time between these times, I'm probably not gonna be available." They'll be like, "I don't care. I'm available though." Shout out to my fams, love them. But yeah, so while that was happening, it went ahead. Oops, turn this music down. It started. So everything is running now, and again, this is why you want to use the one-liner, pretty much that is built, but this is a Python script that is on GitHub. And again, I'll try to make a video on more in depth for Mac, because when you use I'll make a video where we just use Linux. I gotta get it on my MacBook, but the most important thing here is this path where your keys are. If your keys aren't in the right path on the Python script, then technically when you go to load the terminal, it won't be able to find, your configuration for the Solana keys, right? So it's like very important to comprehend where your key path is and edit that to make sure that it's matching your CPU. So then that way all your hashes will use your Solana vibe. So now what I can do is I can go here and I can run my address. Where's my address at? Where's my address? I guess I can go backwards. I think it's right here. Yeah, so you see right here a few seconds ago, a few minutes ago. So it's already mining. Or is this right now? Yeah, this is right now. Yeah, it just started right now. Okay. So you see it's already mining. And we're on Solana, we're on the DEVnet. This is my address. You see I got the Soul here. And then now if I look at the transactions, if I go down to the programming log, I can see it found 422 times. And then also when I'm looking at the actual terminal, it tells me how many Soul Zen it's found for me. Now it's moving pretty fast. So it's like, and I think this might be a bug where it's like doubling up. See how like it's moving very fast and within one block it found 2, but instead of counting the 2 together, it kind of put them together. So I'm still trying to figure that part out, but I really don't care about it right now. When accounting comes out, aka when it's main and we see the token, because also they might make the token on DEVnet. Currently they don't. It's flying under the radar, so they don't want people to really know about it. So there's no token on DEVnet. It's just working. To connect the token isn't hard. That's just a piece of code. Like if else statement. If found 20, if 420 is found, print fucking coin. That's all you gotta fucking put in the code. So I ain't worried about that stuff. It will have it. But it's this part right here that I think is the most important part, right? Which is just setting up your environment. If you want to start this, make a folder, go get the content and make sure you're working within that folder. So you're setting up your environment in an area that you can understand. All right. And from there, you should be all good. Like, you just need internet and Soul tokens and you can start mining. It's the lowest barrier of entry I've ever seen, right? There's no way you can't get these coins. The only way to not get Soul Zen is because you only understand the web app and you didn't do it this way. But I think there's some people that are already trying to develop just websites that have a terminal in it to run the same processes. Because again, it's just simply connecting you to the server or the overall Solana network. You're not like connecting to a computer, right? We're using Solana as the computer. It's so fucking cool, man. Will there be a cap supply? So there won't be a cap supply. What Jack was saying is that there's going to be a day supply. So you can only mine it for a day. 30 days. And then after 30 days, there won't be any more XN airdrop. And then there won't be any more soul. Like after that, all the Soul Zen that's created is the coins. So really, it'll just be based on brute force. Like, are you? That's what I'm saying. Like, are you there? And like, do you have? That's why I'm like, yo, I think a good strategy here would be having like 3 soul sitting on your computer, and it just mine. Like you turn it on the day that it starts, you get everything ready. Like that's what it would be like. So like that's why right now I'm trying to figure it out to show you guys, because I don't want to show you something that's sensitive to myself that I want to use because I'm not ready. But essentially when it goes live, you're going to connect to mainnet. So you see right here this part where it says like configure the file. Oops. It says configure file, and it shows you the client, the configure file path. So and then here it says RPC URL. So the RPC URL is API DEVnet.solana.com. So when this is ready for mainnet, we'll change this API to just mainnet. And then when we do that, our keys will work on mainnet because the wallet's already made. And now we just need to have mainnet funds on that wallet. So you can pre-make a wallet right now that's on your computer, fill it with real Solana, and just wait for the one-liner that comes out that connects you to the DEVnet. So what I mean by that is I can show you here. When we have this app that gets built, there's this part right here at the very bottom, line 78, 77, or 77, 78, and 79. You can see here, configure Solana CLI, and then it sets it to the DEVnet. So essentially, this PY will change, and we'll change it to mainnet, and we'll just run the same fucking command, and it will just do the same thing. That's it. And then it's up to Solana. They got to figure it out after that. How do we stop them? How do we stop this? How do we stop this? You can't, man. You decided to drop a blockchain with no dynamic fees. So the difference would be that if we all hit this and they had dynamic fees, then it would change as the volume of users turned on Soul Zen. The difficulty of Soul Zen would be based on the dynamic fee. It would be just like regular Zen, where like, you see what I'm saying? Like as people get online, the gas goes up, it gets harder to make. But since they don't have that, it's really not impactful. It's way cooler to bring the Zenians around the back door, essentially, and onto the chain, ruffle the feathers with inside of the chain, and make them figure out, do we want to turn up? Because that's what the only way to stop this would be, to make dynamic fees and drain all of our Solana. Now, if they just did that one time and drained all of our Solana, I don't know what we would be getting ourselves into. Like, we're opening up Pandora's box right now. There's like some things they could do that are very evil. It would be such a reputation killer. Everything to do to stop this is killing your reputation if you just don't want to answer what everyone wants, which is, yo, change the fee structure. But no, we got to have cheap fees. Just change the fee structure. Nah. They do everything but change the free. That's all they have to do. Change the fee structure and drain all of our Solana. That's why, again, yo, be careful how you do this. Start with 1 soul. I mean, if you want a bunch, you're probably gonna want to do like 1.5 and just leave it in there. It's a very small transaction. It's around 30 cents each signature. I think it's 30 cents. So I shouldn't say each signature, because there's 2 signatures that might show up. You see what I mean? Like 97, 97, 97. So there was actually 3 signatures and 130 cents. So technically that would be like 10 cents for that XENM. I mean, for that Soul Zen. Whereas like some blocks, like that's why this is traditional hashing. Some blocks may only have 1 420. So you might spend 30 cents on 1 Solana Zen. Whereas, and it might happen for a minute. See here, it's just happening. And then boom, out of nowhere, there's 2 that show up. So that's something that you got to play to your own strategy. you know. And we still don't know what it looks like when everyone hits mainnet. We're just all on testnet right now, so the mainnet part, we'll see what happens when we get there. Yeah, yada I mean. Gingers have no soul. What time will the launch be? We don't actually have any data on when the launch is gonna happen. Like what day? Right now, I think today was the first day. I don't know. Maybe Jack was listening to me. I was pretty fucking bored. So I was saying that today's boring. And then he just out of nowhere was like, oh, we're going to open up the Telegram. So we got the Telegram that opened up where you can ask all your questions. I think I posted it earlier. But where's this? What's that? Where's that? I had posted the funny video, or not the video, but like the photo of the Solana team finding out we're taking all their test Solana. Oh, it's right here. Somebody was like, hold for a few, someone's draining it, but there's a list of other faucets at the bottom of the page of Solana. Airdrop 1 doesn't work. And then somebody was like, I've sent 17.5K to testnet Soul faucet within 24 hours and it's almost empty. Someone is draining all available faucets right now. They're like, yep, they're just spinning up new addresses. I wonder what the point of this is. This was 2 days ago. So they don't know what the fuck's about to happen. They have no clue what's about to happen, man. This is awesome. I think this is one of the best backdoor trolls ever. And Jack has been telling them, yo, like, get it together. What the fuck y'all doing? When this dude shows up to your camp, you gotta be afraid, bro. This is the real Dracula. Like, he's done this before. The Richard Hart vamp was probably one of his easiest ones. He's probably never picked up so many intellectual people at one time. That was the score, though. Anyone could have vamped Hex, though. It was waiting to be vamped. The thing is the industry doesn't respect a Hexican. So that's why, again, I mean, people should be, hyped that Jack Levin took that opportunity to expose us to this, because if he didn't expose us, it could have been coming in the form of a monopoly. I don't think Zen is here to monopolize cryptocurrency. I honestly think it's here to ruffle feathers. And if one of these hit, everybody wins, right? Everyone's looking for a meme hit. Jack Levin is hashing on crypto right now. Everyone else is trying to literally find the next funny word in crypto. Boomer, Bowden, Trimp, Meme Hub, Trump with a $, Bonk Killer, Raz, Swirl, XNet, Hammy, Bobby. Sounds like I'm selling off a whole bunch of screen names. Bro, none of this shit is like fucking Soul Zen. You mean to tell me that agents ain't about to love this? Oh my God. We about to take over. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Jack Levin is coming with a different angle that no one's ever seen before. There's no reason why everyone shouldn't be very curious to comprehend what we're doing here. Oh, this fool reposted me. Big ups. But yeah, if you go to his here, I'll post it in the chat. Join the Soul Zen Telegram. Not Dank saying I'm here to monopolize Zen. Ayo. That's exactly why I'm in Zen, bro. Now, see, I think in crypto, though, to be honest, like, you want to be the first so you can monopolize it, right? Like, the hardest thing in crypto is monopoly. Is finding a monopoly in monopoly money, because it's all fake. Like, everything is fake. Zen, again, Bitcoin is only real because Michael Saylor took a bet, and now everyone followed because the tokenomics of Bitcoin are solid. They are very solid. They're more solid than gold, More solid than silver, more solid than US bonds right now, more solid than the Dixie right now. God damn, what the fuck just happened to the Dixie? It's because Bitcoin's going. Man, tell me these things don't correlate with each other, bro. It sucks, yo. We got to get out of Bitcoin, but I love it, but I hate it. It's a very love-hate relationship with the bits, man. It's like you can just see it, man. The world controls that shit. Crazy. But yeah, since Bitcoin's recovering right now, the world's going to shit. But I think this is too soft. I think really Bitcoin needs to go down and test like 52. I could be wrong, but I really do feel like 52 would be a better range for a reversal, because it would catch people off guard. And that's all they have left. They can only catch us off guard. They can't do anything else but catch us off guard. So again, I'm like, yo, Bitcoin is fun. They have things going. Runes was command line for a second. But again, the problem with the runes being command line, Opcat is command line right now too. But again, that's what I'm thinking. The problem with these other cryptocurrencies on the terminal right now, unlike a Zen world, is that these other cryptos didn't educate their users to get here. They spawn with users that are already in comprehending, but that's the problem. Is you just have a bunch of people who understand. You don't have a bunch of new influence and a bunch of new hallucination. In Zen world, there's a lot of people who are taking a chance, and all those chance takers at the same time create a new hallucination that has never been ever seen before. Like, this has never happened before. I'm 100% factual on what's going on in Zen. This has never happened before. Maybe it will happen again, but the characteristics is what will happen again. Someone from our world will create another hashing algorithm and bring it home in the future. That's how I'm thinking of it now. Maybe in 10 years from now, this is going to need to happen again. The cleanse of the space to keep it cyber. That's all this shit is, bro. Like, if you're super not cyber right now, you are exposed. We see you. As Bitcoin pulls back, we see you. We're not fucking confused anymore. That's why I can't wait for Zen to take off. Oh, look at CB Zen, man. I did look at that Eve Moss tweet. I mean, the comments say it themselves, though. The comments fry these motherfuckers, bro. Everybody from Zen World showed up already. They got 22 comments of people just frying them. They got Og in here. Og in here at the 96%. We taking up 96% of their chain. Jack Frost, another admin in the Zen World, is coming in saying that they need to focus on their arguments more than they make the argument, which is a fact. That's what this was Zen is here for. Zen is here to apply pressure to get people to stop the smoke and screen bullshit. Like, we get it now. We see you. Like, you don't have to, as they say in the hood, you ain't gotta lie to kick it, man. Like, you do not have to lie to kick it. You're actually better off expressing your struggles so we can all work together to enlighten your chain, right? And Zen, we're not here to kill your shit. We're here to bring Zen to you. Like, if you want to kill your own chain, that's on you. Like, if you want to Drake yourself, you could Drake yourself, you know. But if you want to help yourself, that's why God brought you this challenge, bro. So I hope they take advantage of this, because if not, they got the Zenians in here, like the diehard Zenians too. And this group is growing. This diehard Zenian group, man, y'all are growing. That's the other scary part. Hell of people have fallen off, but those that stayed around are now the fucking community. And that's all that we needed. So big ups to everyone that stayed around in the Zen world these past 2 years. We are the community. We can now move things like a Solana. And if you would have saw it yesterday, or another post in Jack World, and why it's good to be in the chats, because we saw this yesterday. But unless he took it down. Oh no, he's still here. So Jack met up with the Aptos team. They had a meeting yesterday. And the Aptos team, Jack Link, was to compare and contrast, I guess. That's what he was telling us, founder to founder. So they had a founder to founder conversation, him and Mo. And that's because Aptos wants to be big, bro. And they are, but that's what the problem is are you really big because you got 138,000 followers on the Twitter? You know, are you really big because your market cap is kind of high? You see what I mean? Like, ego is a funny concept because it really is the only thing we have in this reality to level human existence. Like, if a human can let that go for a split second, we can really fucking we can make something happen. But when your ego is really high, or if the ego is just too you know, I should say unremixable. Like, you cannot remix this. Unremixable. I'm making that up. Yeah, then you deserve to suffer, in my opinion. But like, Aptos has characteristics of Zen or if X1. They have 1 billion market cap. I mean, 1 billion total supply, initial supply, and then they have a no cap market cap, or no cap max supply. So you see here, most of the coins though are staked. That's why their circulating supply is like half of the total supply. Right. So Aptos works. This is like normal things for a crypto. And it's $8. That's why it's like, why wouldn't X1 chain be this way if Jack Levin is just casually linking with the CEO? You feel me? And this is a link based on what we are cooking at X1 chain. Like, we are literally coming to the world, and people know it. Like, in the industry, they see us already. The users, they got to go through the FUD to really find the Zen world. And that's why, again, I hope I start to see more people promoting Zen. You know, again, I saw some really cool people putting their XENblocks, their vast referral link on Twitter. You know, that's the vibes I'm trying to see now. Like, I'm trying to see people so comfortable that they feel like they are willing to share. Like, that's all we're missing in Zen. And when that starts to happen, when people just start to share, it's over for the rest of the industry. Again, what I said yesterday, we are taking crypto back to hashing, bro. We are way too far away from the root. No pun intended. Okay? We are so far away from it. Like, Satoshi is on the root, y'all. Satoshi does not live on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko. If you really in crypto and you're saying that I'm here for fuck the banks, fuck the government, fuck everything like that, you know, if you're really in it for that, so you can bring your family and your friends and yourself to the future, then you're in the right place with Zen, because all of our characteristics are the same as Bitcoin without that like VC shit right now. The VCs are going to buy us because they see us. Jack wanted this to happen. He said it in the beginning. He wanted the VCs to buy. What's crazy is we have one ghost. I wonder if Jack Plevin is still up here. Yeah, he's still sitting here. Have y'all seen this? Jack Plevin. Bolden. This guy. I don't know who it is. But yeah, this account, man, they know what's up. They have over $1 million worth of Zen now. Holding 3 trillion. But they just restake it. So, yeah, I'm really curious about this Jack Plebin account now. What the heck? How can one eliminate all of those? What in the fuck? Y'all see that? Nah, this wallet got way too much power. How are they able to remove their ads? How are they able to do that? No transactions found, huh? Okay. Who is this motherfucker, yo? God, yo, hey, if you watch my show, I don't know what your name is. Jack Plebin. Jack to Plebin. I'm just gonna call you by your address, which is 10FB64. Yo, 10FB F64, bro. Let's catch a burger or some shit if you're in New York one time. Would love to understand like your philosophy on investment, because this shit is crazy. You are a different human. 3.2 trillion in Zen and you still buying. You've controlled the market this whole downturn and now you're just sitting on it. I just want to know what your ideology is. Like, who is this person? Like, what in the hell? Like, how did they get into this? I mean, unless it's ET, that would be the easy way of saying it is like, oh, this is ET. Like, this has to be ET, right? But theoretically, I would say that you know, who's to say that that wasn't just a play off, you know? Put this we don't know who ET is, and then we think we know who it is. And it's all just so that this person can fly under the radar as they keep these coins. Who's to say it's not? It could be Jack Levin too. Who's to say Jack Levin didn't put his own wallet as a hater so that people don't look at it, and that it can hold and it can be a hater, you know? Because I don't really know if the person that is the name, because I've now seen it happen twice in Zen world where someone takes a highly tradable name and then they bring it into like X and into the telegrams, and that person has nothing to do with the wallet address. They're just fucking trolling everyone to make them think they're the wallet address. So yeah, 10 FB64, man. I hope all is well in your camp, because we see you and we know that you've got a gigantic slide over here. I wonder if you're mining XENblocks, you know. But see, this is where I'm at with it, though. The craziest thing about this wallet is it has 3.2 trillion Zen. Now, X1 chain is going to be one of the biggest chains on the planet Earth, hands down. So this account could sell everything. Oh, I'm going to sell everything. But it's like all they're doing is redistributing 3.2 trillion Zen back into the market and making the price all-time lows for everyone to get the lowest price of Zen ever before it's burned, right? Because theoretically, since this Zen is made, this Zen must be burned. And if it's not burned, then a bunch of people are going to get the opportunity of a lifetime to get XN coin, right? So this account is really cornered, because if they did create this to get out of here at $1 million evaluation, they cannot, obviously, because they can't dump it. But what they can do is burn into X1 chain and become a whale in X1. That's what my theory is on this particular account. I think this is someone that's going to use Zen as their entry into X1. Unlike someone like myself who used XENblocks and chanced this specific side for XNM or for XN. So now I don't need to have $1 million worth of Zen to get a validator or a few validators on X1 chain, because I'm mining the security coin that we're going to inject into the overall network. So yeah, man, I personally think I played my cards correct. There was no way I was going to be able to handle this. Like, this is an animal. So big ups to you. If all you're doing is mining Zen for X1 chain, like that's your competition right there. Right? Good luck. You better buy some more. Cleo was crying, stop fudding in Rome space, and nobody gave him attention. Oh, let's hope it ain't Richard. It could be Richard. I'm cool with Richard. If it's Richard, then that means like I said, he's cornered. You can't sell it because there's not $1 million in the liquidity pool. So the only way you could sell that Zen is when the liquidity pool were to skyrocket. But even then, you would just be selling it and missing out on X1 chain. And that's kind of why I think we're now going into phase 2 of this scenario of how to make a blockchain with Jack Levin. Dun, 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 dun. So how to make a blockchain with Jack Levin. You need to have not only good tokenomics, but you need network. And the network is who brings in the buyers, right? One was to rattle the cages. That was a good way to get all the networks to just naturally billboard us. But to be honest, this Aptos reach out, this is like where we are now. This is phase 2. Bring in the bigger houses of crypto and expand their education to expand all of crypto. Now Aptos is even smarter after they met up with Jack Levin, and now Jack Levin is even smarter after he met up with Aptos. Right? This is almost like, you can think of this as like enemy enemy on friendly lines, or over whatever the hell that war slogan is about the enemy just being in the friend camp. But Aptos knows what time it is. There's no time to be lost anymore. Like, there's no wait time. Either you're behind Solana or you're beyond Solana. And again, this top 10 is shit. This top 10 sucks. Like, this is not the future. This cannot be the end game. Tether up here, USDC up here. Like, this cannot be the end game. BNB up here, Solana up here. This cannot be the end game. None of these things have done anything in the last 10 years to really help crypto be a better place. Lido staking coming up here just to help out that. You know, Cardano slowly just making a slow death. Polkadot's still the only one with a gift. And I'm not hating on these chains. Like, big ups to these chains. Like, but they're just not what the world needs. They're not mass adoption, in my opinion. So, oh well. But yeah, man. I'm about to get up out of here. We still running it. What you know about it? Solana Zen coming soon. If you want to get hip, just go into the details right now. There's a guide. Again, it's made for Mac, but if you take it, drop it in the GPT, you can make it for Linux. But also attached is XenPub's building Linux version. It's not a one-liner, but it teaches you how to get online pretty quick. So you should check it out. Other than that, man, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Maybe I'll show up tomorrow. Maybe I won't. If not, enjoy your weekend. And until the next time, peace.